Hello everyone, hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Good morning everyone. Just give me a second. Good morning Shaida, Anuj, Mamta, Rishi, Anandu, Shriparna, Ocean, Chandru, Shashmita. Okay, let's start the discussion. Hindu analysis 11 July 2025. See, one thing with 9am is that today the articles are so awesome. There are so many things to teach that I feel like what to include, what to exclude, it becomes little bit like, okay, cool. Hope you understood. So today's news articles are like awesome. And I will share this particular PDF in this Telegram channel of mine. As I've stated earlier, Fun Study with You. If you have not joined it, you can join this Telegram family of mine. Let's start with two editorials. So again, page number 8, today's Hindu. Today is World Population Day. As you can see here, World Population Day. So not one, but two editorials published in Hindu related to World Population Day, which was established by UNDP. They can give you that it was established by WHO, blah, blah, blah. No, it was established by UNDP. This whole World Population Day. And today is what? Today is 11th July. So, yeah, good morning, Himani, Jivayan, Kaizen. So, we will look into these two editorials one by one and why this is important from exam perspective, World Population Day. Because if you go and look at your GS Mains paper syllabus, so in GS Mains paper 1, you have explicitly population as your topic. So, you need to read about population. These two editorials will cover almost all the dimensions associated with population. So, this is the first editorial on page 8. Aiding India's progress with choice, control and capital. There will be some keywords which we have to talk about, and this is the second editorial. Population decline and an ill-informed chorus. So we will club them together. We'll take one by one. Let's first talk about this editorial and then the next one. So aiding India's progress with choice, control and capital. One thing which is important from exam perspective, as we have just discussed, United Nations Development Project. Very good, Shaida. So yes, one thing which we have just discussed is World Population Day, 11 July, who established it? UNDP established it. Now the theme becomes important. The day, actually, World Population Day is celebrated on which particular day? UPSC don't ask these questions, the exact date question, but theme they have asked earlier. So do remember the theme. It is about young people to create families, blah, blah, blah. You can read this thing. Now we will focus on some keywords. They are very, very important keywords here. So you can see here, this first editorial is talking about how we have a high demographic dividend. The population in the category of 15 to 29 is large. You have to tap it. If we don't tap this demographic dividend, it can convert into demographic disaster as well. So GS1 population, GS Mains paper 3 inclusive growth. From that perspective also, this whole thing is very important. So good morning. Yeah. Okay, let's focus here. So economic potential, India, again, this first editorial is saying that if we tap this youth, if we tap you people and your potential, India's youth can add $1 trillion to GDP by 2030. But if we don't, then like I will tell you, there was another scenario which happened during COVID period. People became unemployed to a greater extent. So people who were living in Delhi, etc., they went to UP, Bihar, and there were certain like friend and colleagues of mine in UP who said the crime rate in UP increased during the COVID period because the people did not have job. So yes, we have to tap this demographic dividend. Now, the other part, like what are the things which are important in this first editorial? World Population Day, what date? Who established it? Now the other part, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. When was it launched? 2015. What are the different nodal ministry involved here? Please remember, you can easily get confused. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. So Ministry of Women and Child Development. No, it's like multiple ministries are involved in this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. Ministry of Women is there, Education Ministry is there, Health Ministry is there. So it's an you can say a single scheme handled by multiple ministries. So this is tricky. And why this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao came in 2015? Because if I'm not wrong, 2001 census, the child sex ratio was around 927. 2011 census, it decreased to 918. Here we are talking about child sex ratio. How many female? How many female child per male child, like per 1,000 male child. So that reduced. This is a drastic reduction at a national level. That prompted Indian government to come up with the scheme called as Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. So my father is okay. So what we are discussing here, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao 2015, multiple ministries involved. What was the reason for the introduction of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao? Then the second scheme, National Adolescent Health Program, introduced 1 year earlier in 2014. Now here, what is adolescent? Who is an adolescent? Is Shashmita an adolescent? Rishi an adolescent? Anuj and other people, are you an adolescent? So adolescent, the age group according to WHO is 10 to 19. So even before you become an adult, so there were certain cases where unintended pregnancy happened, teenage pregnancy happened, then other scenarios to educate them, to prompt them into go for higher educations and all those stuff. So Adolescent Health Program, National Adolescent Health Program was launched 1 year before Beti Bachao Beti Padhao in 2014 to cater to both male or female child in the age group of 10 to 19. These people are adolescent people. So morning, and do remember these words. These are the things which are important from exam perspective. Child marriage is still at 23.33, means 23.3. These are the issues which still persist even after Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and National Adolescent Health Program. Child marriages are happening, teenage pregnancies are still going on according to the first editorial. Reproductive autonomy still limited. Unintended pregnancy happen, unmet reproductive goals. This is the first editorial talk where they're talking about these kind of scheme. The second editorial on World Population Day is awesome. They will give you some very new words. Okay, good morning. Kannada sir, I think, okay, your name I cannot read because it is written in Kannada. Education and child marriage each year of secondary education. So this is again, you also can read it, means include it in GS mains paper 2 related to schemes of vulnerable section. See here, the impact of education on child marriage. If you educate a girl, then the chances are, or if you educate a family in general, but girl in particular, then what will happen? The child marriage chances or risk reduces by 6%. So education play a crucial role in reducing child marriage. Now, there are different schemes, different successful schemes by different states on what they are doing to prevent child marriage, teenage pregnancy, etc., etc. Okay, so Project Udaan by Rajasthan. See, prevented 30,000 child marriages. So again, if you go back and rewind this first editorial, World Population Day, who established it, when is it celebrated, then Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, National Adolescent Program, and now these schemes, Project Udaan, Advika program, Project Udaan 2017 to 2022. You don't have to remember the dates. Just remember these schemes are related to which particular state. Project Udaan, Rajasthan, successful. Advika program, Odisha, successful. And they stopped 950 marriage. You can see all these things. You just forget about all these stuff. Just remember Udaan, Rajasthan, Advika, Odisha. That's it. And then the other stuff related to Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and all the things which we have discussed. Economic empowerment as a core solution. So empowerment is more than preventing marriage. It involves giving skills, education and opportunity. And that's why, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is good. National Adolescent Program is awesome. But at the same time, schemes related to education, they also play a crucial role. Right to Education, RTE 2009, also will play indirectly an important role in preventing these child marriages and teenage pregnancies. Okay, sir. Cool, sir. Project Manjal, again, Rajasthan. So you can see here, all in all, Rajasthan and Odisha are doing comparatively better when it comes to these vulnerable issues related to teenage pregnancy, child marriages, etc., etc. Anybody from Odisha or Rajasthan here? Cool. So key recommendation, again, the first editorial is saying that we should focus on universal contraception and safe abortion. The second editorial will talk about this, how there is a tendency among, worldwide, there is a term here where people are saying that produce more and more child. This guy, Elon Musk, he has also produced a lot of child and he's saying that let's produce more and more child. The second editorial is arguing because of that particular stance by big people like Elon Musk, even in southern states, because they have lower fertility rate. So they are suffering resource devolution thing. So even some of the southern states, ministers, etc., they have also said that let's produce more child because, northern states, they are producing more child, they have high fertility rate, they are getting more resources, population 2011 criteria. According to Finance Commission, you will understand this slowly and gradually. So there is a tendency worldwide. where people are feeling like the total fertility rate will go below 2.1, and we'll talk about these terms. Because of that, population will decrease worldwide, so let's produce more and more children. We'll talk about that particular thing also in editorial 2. Meanwhile, editorial 1 is talking about universal contraception, safe abortion, so that these teenage pregnancy etc. can be prevented to a greater extent. Cool, sir, you can read all these things. Now let's go to editorial 2, population decline, and why we are reading 2 editorials? Because today is World Population Day. Oh my God. Oh, Rishi has done, oh my God. Shashmita is from Odisha. Very good, Shashmita. Elon has 14 kids. Such a energetic guy. So now the second editorial on World Population Day, population decline and an ill-informed chorus. So Devi Krishna ma'am, she has written it along with Uday Shankar sir. So obviously the editorial will be awesome. So here, let's focus on the keywords. The keywords in the previous article was, editorial was, again, World Population Day, UNDP, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, National Adolescent Health Program, what is the age group of adolescents, like adolescent people. So these were the keywords and different schemes of Rajasthan and Odisha. So here, public discourse. Earlier, people were fearful of overpopulation. Now, people are fearful of declining fertility rates, population collapse. Japan, Korea rather, they are facing a population crisis. And because of that, people like Elon Musk is having, or they are having 14 kids. You can understand. So again, this editorial is saying that all these things are false. Even if the total fertility rate reduces below 2.1, see, there is something known as replacement level fertility, which is like replacement level fertility is 2.1. What does that mean? If a woman, an average woman in your country produces 2.1 child, 2.1 children means 2 children and 1 children will be cut into 10 parts. No, this is just the average RLF, replacement level fertility. So if an average woman produces 2.1 child, the population of that particular country will neither increase nor decrease, it will be constant. But if TLF means, or TFR, total fertility rate, is greater than RLF, that is 2.1, then the population will increase. If total fertility rate of a country is less than RLF, then the population will decrease. So these are some basic criteria which you read when you read about population, right? So yes, now world in general, according to different survey Lancet etc., the total fertility rate has gone has declined drastically. Even India's total fertility rate will go below, like in general has reduced a lot, and most of the countries, they have gone below 2.1. So there is a fear that the world population will decrease. Oh my God, Japan will not be the only exception. This second editorial is saying that it's all bullshit. This all claims that, population will decline and now dinosaur will again come back and rule over the earth. That's all bullshit. That's totally flawed, and they will give you the justification why. Elon Musk warns of population collapse. But then the justification part. UN World Population Prospect, they are saying that global population will rise to 10.3 billion by 2080s and then decline slowly because the total fertility rate will reduce or go below 2.1. But even then, the population will be more than 10 billion in 2100. So again, they are saying that collapse theory is wrong. 10 billion is anyway a big number, bro. And we have increased exponentially. If you read a book called Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, you will realize how fast human population has grown in the last 100 or even last 100, 200 years because of industrial revolution, etc., etc. So we are not going anywhere. Now, the second editorial is saying that the population crisis is nothing. The real fertility crisis is something. What is this whole issue? The whole issue is, let's say I want 2 children, I'm not able to produce, Elon has too much energy. So I'm not able to produce 2 children. It's not like I don't want 2 children. I am thinking I don't have enough resource to, feed these 2 children, give them proper education. So according to second editorial, this is the real fertility crisis. I am having unmet reproductive goals. Even though I want to have 3 children, I want to have 14 kids like Elon, I don't have resources like Elon. So this is the fertility crisis. United Nations Population Fund, they are saying that 1 in 5 people feel unable to have their desired number of children. The one issue is resource, second is infertility. So there are multiple reasons why people are not having children. It's not like we don't want it. It's not like everybody is like DINK. You know what is DINK? Anybody? Do you know what is DINK? Sometimes you are forced. Sometimes you don't have kid because you don't have option. Barriers to achieving desired fertility are common across both high and low fertility countries, and this is the real fertility crisis. If I want to have 2 children, I should have enough resources to have 2 children. Infertility is another thing altogether. So hope you are understanding this thing. So barriers to childbearing India-specific data, financial constraint. People don't have more child because of financial constraint. Infertility comes downwards. Money, we don't have enough money to feed our children, and that's why we are not having enough children. Some African countries have 5, 6 fertility rate like Somalia, Chad, Niger. The other argument related to that is the poorer countries, they have high fertility rate because they want more helping hands. More children, more people will go outside and earn for them. But that rationale is flawed, because that is a vicious cycle. More population, more illiteracy, again more poverty, again more population. So that's a vicious cycle. Shriparna. Okay, sir. Case study South Korea. South Korea is now spending $200 billion to increase fertility. And you can see all these things. However, barrier remains financial and housing. You can read all these things. We have to talk about important things here. Now, there is a word, very important word. These are the words which you have to use, and these two editorials will help you in making proper notes for GS mains paper 1 population. So that's why it is important. Dual income, no kids. What is pronatalism? What is the basic meaning of pronatalism? This is the keyword which we have to keep in mind. Pronatalism means worldwide there is a tendency to have more and more kids, because we feel like the population worldwide is decreasing, Japan, etc. So this is pronatalism. When steps are taken by government also, they will give you that. Even different countries, they have 6 months of means pregnancy related leaves for women and all those stuff. So this is an example of pronatalism. It is being done to promote population increase, or to incentivize increase in population. So now the second editorial is saying that all these things have led to restrictions on abortion and contraception. In some countries there is a restriction how many kids you can have, like you cannot do abortion. In some religion, abortion is treated as a sin. No. In some religion, creation of child is seen as a creation by God. So restriction on abortion and contraception has also happened because of the promotion of the so-called concept known as pronatalism, which we have to understand. Please remember this keyword, pronatalism. It is very important. And targeting women who choose not to have children. So if there are some working women, they don't want to have children, they are targeted that no, you should have children, within this age category, this and that. China's one-child policy. What is happening? Shreya, quality of population matters more than mere quantity. We need well-nourished. Oh my God, Shreya has written some awesome things. Some people still want children, but many are unable, not willing. So again, pronatalism, steps taken by different governments to promote population or population increase. So now what needs to change? Countries should abandon coercive pro-natalist approaches. You may feel like this is a weird thing when we talk from India's perspective, because population is not an issue in our country, but this is World Population Day we are talking about. These two editorials are related to World Population Day. Hope you are understanding. World in general is promoting this pro-natalism. Population decrease is happening in many countries. Okay, sir. Then they are talking about how, equal pay for equal work and all these things they are talking about. Cool. So key message of second editorial: don't force women to have children to address aging population. Instead, empower them to join the workforce and support family aspirations, blah, blah, blah. Read this thing. So what are the important things? You will understand them now once you're solving questions. Let's solve this MCQ 1. America strictly against abortion, I guess. Exactly. Even in some religion, abortion is treated as a sin. I'm not naming any religion because I want to live. So, first MCQ, World Population Day observed on July 11, established by WHO 87. The 2025 theme focuses on empowering youth in family planning and decision making. So, Anu, Shaida, Anandu, Kirtana, Rishi, Mamta, Shashmita, Swastika, all of you have given the answer. So, World Population Day, yes, it is observed on July 11. First is correct. Second is wrong, not WHO, UNDP established it. This is wrong. So, if second is wrong, we are getting the answer. Oh my God, the answer is A, 1 and 3 only. Very good, all of you. Swastika, Gio, and Chandru, Himani, Kaizen, and other people, if I have missed anybody. MCQ 2, with reference to Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, from whom should we save our kids? There was a okay. So it is implemented by Ministry of Education only. We have discussed this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao 2015. It's not only about one ministry. Multiple ministries are involved. Three: Ministry of Education, Ministry of Women and Child Development, and Ministry of Health as well, if I'm not wrong. So not Ministry of Education only. So if you eliminate only, you will get the answer, that is B2 and 3 only. Oh my god. So many people: Anuj, Kirtana, Jiva and Rishi, Anandu, Himani, Mamta, Swastika, Madhubal, Shayada, Shriparna, Chandru and Shashmita. So the answer is B2 and 3 only. Let's talk about the second article of the day, which is actually the third article of the day, because we have done 2 editorials now. So now, this is a fun article, editor, please. And this is about ICC versus ICZ. So there are so many, again, keywords which are here. Repertoire. What is a repertoire? Again, my phonetics friend, pardon me for the pronunciation part. And this ma'am, Francesca Albanese, who is from Italy, she has got some US sanctions because she said something against US and Israeli people. Now, and then UN is not very happy with what US is doing against this particular lady. And so there are so many keywords which are involved here, which we have to keep in mind. Who is a repertoire? And then ICC versus ICZ. International Criminal Code versus International Code of Justice. What is the basic difference between them? So UN, which is a UN body, which is not. The headquarters of both of them are in Hague, Netherlands. Then we have to talk about some other, which tries, like, put on trial individuals, and which deals with cases related to states. So there are so many things very important from exam perspective. So let's talk about this issue. So United Nations, they appointed a special rapporteur, that is Francesca Albanese ma'am, to look into the issues which are going on in Palestine and Gaza region. And then she talked about some US and Israeli officials to be tried in ICC, International Criminal Court. Based on that thing, whatever she said about some US and Israeli officials, that they should be tried in International Criminal Court, now US has put sanctions against this particular lady. Now, what will happen? What will be the impact of these US sanctions? There can be multiple impacts. We don't exactly know what these US sanctions actually imply, because that has not been explicitly mentioned, but that can be anything. Maybe she will be barred from entering into US. If she has some property in US, maybe that will be frozen. So there can be multiple implication of this UN sanction and US sanction rather. And UN is saying that, United Nations is saying that US has not done the right thing by imposing these sanctions on her. And we condemn this whole action. And now, who is a rapporteur? Is she a part of, UN? The answer is no. She is an independent, journalist, whatever you want to call her. Sometimes what happens, these rapporteur, UN call these people, these team people, journalists, and they are good in their own field, and they call them and they tell them to inspect certain areas. In this scenario, she was told to inspect areas of Gaza, and then she came up with all these things, and now US sanction has been imposed on her. So in this particular article emerges the term ICC and ICZ. International Criminal Court, not a part of UN. It is there in Hague, Netherlands only, like ICZ. But it is not a part of UN. International Court of Justice, part of UN. ICC, International Criminal Court, it put on trial individuals. ICZ put on trial or deals with states cases or countries cases, Russia versus Ukraine. These kind of cases, International Court of Justice, they look into. And then it was established by ICC, established by Rome Statute. Not all countries are member of ICC, but ICZ, if you are a UN member or UN, part of UN, you are part of ICZ as well. And how will you remember, the basic attribute that ICC deals with individuals and ICZ deals with states or countries? Remember, criminal, International Criminal Court, criminal, individuals. International Court of Justice, justice means countries. So that way you can remember these stuff. Hope you are understanding what we are discussing here. Now let's go into the article. I will show you the compare and contrast at the end as well. So these are the things which are important. So UN warned US sanction on UN expert set a dangerous precedent. It's like, if you say something against us, I will kill you. Target of sanctions. The sanctions were imposed on Francesca Albanese ma'am, the UN Special Rapporteur on human rights in the occupied Palestinian territory. As we have discussed, rapporteur, she is not basically a UN, official. She is an independent investigator who was appointed by UN to look into the issue in occupied Palestinian territory. Now, US is saying that you cannot say these bad things against our and Israeli officials. We don't like it. So, sanctions. So, US accused Albanese of making illegitimate and shameful effort to prompt ICC. This is important. To take action against US and Israeli officials, companies and executive, and since we don't like this, we are imposing conditions on you. Oh my God. So UN response, and then again, so many other people in UN, Volker Turk, Secretary General, everybody is angry that US and Israel, they are going rogue with each passing day. Such bad countries. But we cannot say bad things about Israel. US fine, Trump, but Israel has been a good friend of ours. But okay, let's do a compare and contrast. As we have discussed, ICC, International Criminal Court, deals with individuals, not state, criminal individuals. International Court of Justice, deals with states, not individuals. Justice, you will understand. International Court of Justice, part of UN, as we have discussed. International Criminal Court, independent body established by Rome Statute. Is India a member of International Criminal Court? No, we are not a member. We have not signed Rome Statute. The location, both in Hague, Netherlands. Netherlands is an awesome place. If you go there, you will understand. So, all these things you can read. We have discussed all these things. Now, one criticism against International Criminal Court is they have tried a lot of individuals like African warlords. You can see here. And this is the criticism part of International Criminal Court, that you have tried African leaders, this and that. So has these African leaders only committed atrocities? What about big US leaders, US presidents? They haven't committed atrocities. So it's again, if you are a weak country in general politically, you will be tried. I hope you are understanding. This is a criticism. More of these individual cases were against African, monarchs and of African rulers, etc. And other countries were spared, European countries, US, etc. And that is Israel is turning rogue, sir. I know, Shashmita. I know. We should scold our friend if we are doing some. Oh my God, you people are so intelligent. Even though you are adolescent, you people are mostly in the category of 10 to 19, but so intelligent, so mature. Oh my God. Okay. So have a look at this. We have discussed all these things, so I'm not reading it. Let's solve some questions now. MCQ 3. So term special rapporteur in the context of UN refers to. And yes, if you feel like you're gaining anything out of these videos, like it, share it, subscribe it, kill it. First of all, like it. So, a UN diplomat authorized to sign treaties on behalf, an independent expert appointed to investigate and report on specific human rights issues, a member of UN General Assembly presiding over peacekeeping operations, a permanent representative of UNSC. What we have discussed, she is not a part of UN. Independent expert appointed to investigate and report on specific human rights issue. That is what a special rapporteur is. Rapporteur. Oh my God, that's such a cute word. MCQ 4. What is pronatalism? Pronatalism, we have discussed it when we were talking about World Population Day and 2 editorials. So, what is the answer? Chepandis. Pronatalism, the policy of controlling population through forced sterilization, the practice of preventing teenage pregnancy, the promotion of increased childbearing through incentives and support. Good morning, Mithun. Mithun Chakravarti. Mithun Patel. So, pronatalism is the promotion of increased childbearing through incentive and support, as first stated by Abhay, then Himani, Swastika, Anandu, Shayada, Jivayan, Ocean, Rajneesh, Mamta, Rishi, Shashmita. Very good. MCQ 5. Which of the following correctly differentiate International Criminal Court from International Court of Justice? Madhubala, Himani, Sriparna, Chandru, everybody answered it. ICC settled disputes between states. ICZ prosecutes individuals for war crimes. ICZ is independent of UN. ICC is principal judicial organ. ICC prosecutes individuals for crimes like genocide, while ICZ resolves legal disputes between nations. Both ICC and ICZ are responsible for enforcing international criminal law. So ICC, International Cricket Council, no, International Criminal Court prosecute individuals, and ICZ resolves legal dispute. Criminal, individuals. Justice, countries, and disputes and between nations. So C is the answer, as stated by so many of you. You people are awesome. So many of you that it has scrolled, like, come down. I cannot even read all the names. Let's come to the next article. Page 9, opinion. So, oh my God, we have done so many dense articles today, and that's why I was telling you. 2 editorials, 1 opinion. Are existing mechanism effective in preventing custodial violence? So now this opinion is about, there was a Sir Ajit Kumar. He was a security guard. He died in police custody in Tamil Nadu, Shivaganga district. And that raised the question of this custodial violence. Now here there will be certain cases, Supreme Court judgments, and we have to take into consideration those Supreme Court judgments. What different Supreme Court judgments talked about custodial violence and how it has been normalized in our country. Let's say even if Rishi or Kaizen or Shaida or Mamta, they became an IPS officer, they may be involved in some custodial violence because it has been glamorized in movies that if you do, it is good, it is cool. No, it's not. So background, Ajit Kumar, you can see here, incident add to the rising cases of custodial deaths. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, sir, he has ordered a CBI probe. Now we have to talk about different cases. Prakash Singh judgment, Prakash Singh versus Union of India, police reform. So there are different judgments which are important. Then ratification versus signing, UN Convention Against Torture. India has not ratified it. We signed it, but we did not ratify it. It's just like, so there is a husband, and when he is outside, he has given some promise that I will do this. When he come inside his home and his wife is like, how dare you, and then he backtracks. So that is the basic difference between signing and ratification. Signing is you went to, let's say, this convention, you're like, yeah, I love it, I will convince my country people. And then when you came inside your country, you realized, no, it's not feasible. So we cannot ratify it. So when signing versus ratification, please understand these words, they are important. This will keep on coming even when you're reading environmental agreements. So signing is, I am just telling you in principle, I like this philosophy, but now I have to confirm it with my country people, with my legislators of my country. So I am not ratifying it. So if I have not ratified it, if I have just signed it, I am accepting in principle the theory. But if I have ratified it, it becomes legally binding. So do remember these keywords, they are actually very important. Cool. So India has not ratified UN Convention Against Torture. Do remember it. There is no specific domestic law criminalizing torture. All these things have normalized torture. It's fine to do torture. Institutional culture normalizes custodial violence. You will see Ganga Jal. And there is another reason. When you will read about economic survey, you people may have read it already. So you will read in one particular economic survey, they say that average pendency of cases in India is approximately 5 years. So if you file a case right now in 2025, the judgment will be given in 2030, approximately 5 years, bro. So that also leads to frustration among police personnel. I know this is a guy convicted, or he has done rape, and there are enough evidences to prove he has done that. But court is taking its own sweet time because he is belonging to an influential family. All these things also brings into, normalizes these culture. People are fed up with the delay and all these things. So there are justified reasons also, not justified, but you can say there are frustration seeping within our community which leads to these or increase the number of these tortures. So there are videos, officers beating him with pipes and sticks. Wasn't that enough to file charges against them? Why do we need CBI search? I can understand, Chandru. That's a very sentimental, emotional case, And that's why M.K. Stalin sir has involved here. Again, that is the problem, Chandru. Courts and all these things are involved, and that's why people take affairs in their own hands. Maybe some people like Chandru, who is very, very angry, he'll be like, okay, let me go and, do that. So you can understand this judicial apathy, average pendency of cases more than 5 years also leads to these scenarios. And the opposite of this also, people doing stuff against police people. Again, let's focus here. So police often see violence as a means to achieve justice due to a slow legal process. That's what we were discussing. Economic survey. Friends, circle becoming an IS officer, everyone. Oh my God. There is evidence in front, then should we wait for search? We should. Like, according to law, Kaizen, we have to. Public reaction vary. In some cases, outrage. Like Kaizen, he's so angry. Why this happened? Why this happened with, where are we? This Ajit Kumar sir, and he's so angry. If given a chance, maybe he will take law in his own hands. He shouldn't. but the anger is such. So in some cases, people are like, no, it should not happen, these violence, etc. In some cases, yes, it should happen. In UP, there is a huge support. There were different surveys which were done by different organizations. In UP, there is huge support for these kind of things, that yes, it should be done. You know, violence, custodial violence, and encounter, and this and that, and then what is that? Bulldozer justice, this and that. So it varies from place to place, it varies from people to people. That is what the author is saying. And we cannot do anything about it. It will take time to change. Lack of reliable data weakens accountability. Then there are other issues also. We have seen how it has been normalized. We have seen what has led to these custodial violence. And yeah, where were we? Institutional factors enabling police brutality, rigid hierarchy, high pressure environment. These police officers, 24-hour duty, mind is not working, not getting enough sleep, anyway frustrated with their life, wife is fighting. So they are, taking out their anger somewhere else. Plus films, Ganga Jal, this Jal, that Jal, and they glorify, yes, we should do this. We should take laws in our own hands. And police is no exception to that. Offending officers often receive promotions, not punishment. And we have seen this in many movies. And you can see, understand, systemic biases and colonial mindset. This has also been seen that the people who are, under trial, who have not got bail and all those, many of these people are from marginalized section. So all these custodial torture, encounter killing, bulldozer justice, whatever way you want to call it, it is impacting mostly the marginalized section. If you are from a upper caste, if you are from rich community, you will very rarely see yourself suffering through this or going through this. So you can understand where we are going with this. Our justice system is very time taking. Exactly, Shashmita. So necessary reforms, implement model training and bias sensitization, that we have to be very, very wary. This colonial mindset also. Earlier we had means you can understand, we are there to rule over the people. That was the mindset among civil servants, that we are at the upper hierarchy, these people are at the lower hierarchy, we are there to rule. This has to go away. Use scientific interrogation techniques, and you can see all the things which they have written. Collaborate with forensic and mental health expert. Then there was a case, Supreme Court case, where they talked about that install CCTV cameras inside police station that could keep a tab on the custodial violence. Those cameras don't work. So decriminalize petty offences to limit misuse of arrest powers. And now let's talk about some cases, because these cases are important. Not in UPSC, but in some other exam, they can directly give you that cameras in police stations were mandated via which particular judgment. That judgment was Paramveer Singh Saini versus Baljeet Singh. CCTV mandate 2020, but they don't function. Poor compliance and non-functional cameras are common. Supreme Court will be like, oh my God, contempt after contempt after contempt. Torture often occurs outside stations. So they we Indian people are jugadu. We come up with our own station. Let's say even if you have a functioning CCTV inside your police station, we will do torture outside. That's not funny. Okay, let's come back. So please remember this Paramveer Singh Saini versus Baljeet Singh case. And not from me, UPSC perspective, you can cite it in UPSC Mains, GS3, when you talk about internal security and different issues related to security. There you can talk about. But in for other exams, they can directly ask you this, Paramveer Singh Saini versus Baljeet Singh case. Then Prakash Singh versus Union of India case is very famous because it is related to police reforms. So anyway, this case you will read a lot. You already may have read it. Role of judicial magistrates. Now who are these judicial magistrates? So at the lower level of courts, subordinate courts, high court, they appoint judges. So these people who are judicial magistrates, they have passed some judiciary exams at the lower level, appointed by high court judges. They are also failed to scrutinize. You can see here, medical checks are treated as formality. The biggest point here is this one. Section 27 of Indian Evidence Act. Even let's say police, did violence with me and I said something in haste or something, that can be used as a proof against me. Under Section 27 of Indian Evidence Act, allows use of material from coerced confession, enabling torture. This has to go. This has to go immediately. Otherwise, police can always say that we had to use this to, entice him to say certain stuff. So this has to go. What is your view on Section 27 of Indian Evidence Act? Do you think it has to go, or you feel like, no sir, it should stay? It's fine. I personally feel it has to go. Again, Police Complaints Authority. Now, Prakash Singh. So we have seen two judgments. One judgment, Paramveer Singh Saini versus Baljeet Singh. CCTV cameras, but they don't function in most of the police station. Second, Prakash Singh versus Union of India. Much more important case. A very influential case which has been cited a lot in different exam and asked a lot in different exam. Prakash Singh versus Union of India, police reforms. They talked about if you feel like you suffered against police or something has happened to you and police, they used their power in a not so good way, there will be a police complaint authority which will look into these grievances. Now what has happened? Most states, they have not established these bodies. If Supreme Court start looking into the contempt cases, that will be in lakhs, I guess, the way things are going. Where they exist, police officers' presence undermines credibility. So you have established police complaints authority, but who are under these police complaint authority? Police officials only. So I am going to complain against you and I am seeing you sitting there. What joke. Reflects poor compliance with judicial orders. So contempt of court is a reality in our country. Section 27, it should go. Innocents are often made guilty. That's in many cases. It is not applied to rich and powerful people, but to only powerless people. Exactly. Role of now this community policing. We'll talk about TB today. Tuberculosis, that is in news. Dots. And there are so many things we have to talk about. TB. India wanted to eliminate it by 2025. SDG 3. World wants to eliminate it by 2030. They are also community, like community policing, community you can use anywhere and everywhere. Community policing means what? So let's say some crime happened in your area. So police will catch the culprit. After catching the culprit or during that period, they will also look into the issues. Why this happened in your area? They will take you people into confidence. And they will ask your opinion. This is community policing. Police and the local community working together. Easier said than done. So that can happen. But yes, when you talk about police reforms, when you talk about GS3 internal security, you will talk about Prakash Singh versus Union of India. You will talk about community policing. This will be in the conclusion part, that this is the way to go. Otherwise, there is a fear among common people against police officials. There is a fear to file FIR, that we will not file, we don't want to go to police station. There is still that kind of a mindset among people. So that has to go. Cool, sir. Again, you can see all these things. Community policing can help, but requires clear roles and training. Let's solve some questions now. MCQ 6 of the day. Consider the following statement regarding UN Conventions Against Torture. UN Convention Against Torture. India signed and ratified UN CAT. Oh, it sounds so cool. Ratification of UN CAT. Yesterday we talked about CAT bond, catastrophe bond, Katrina CAF. Ratification of UN CAT would make it legally binding on India under international law. UN CAT mandates a complete ban on torture and degrading treatment. Chepandis. So yes, India signed it, but when we came back, the officials, they were like, no, we will not do the ratification part. We have seen the difference between signing and ratification thing, right? So India signed but did not ratify. So first is wrong. If you eliminate first, you will get the answer. B is the answer. 2 and 3 as stated by Priya, Kirtana, Anandu, Shriparna, Rishi, Swastika, Mamta, Jeeva, and Shashmita, Rajneesh, Ocean, Abhay. When I was in school, there was a girl, her name was Priya. Very good name, Priya. Okay, let's focus here. Which of the following are common pro-natalist policies adopted by countries? We have talked about, I think this was World Population Day, 2 editorials we have done. So we have talked about what is pro-natalism. That was in the second editorial. Please try to solve this. Priya, Priya, oh Priya, 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 oh Priya. So there was a song also like Priya, 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 Priya. Okay, let's focus, bros. Pro-natalist policy, pro-natalism. Baby bonuses, parental leave, free contraception and abortion services, tax incentive for families with multiple children, campaigns encouraging. Think about what we have discussed in pro-natalism. What exactly was pro-natalism? So baby bonuses and parental leave, yes. Pro-natalism is steps taken by governments and other entities to encourage population or to encourage population increase. They want to increase population by different ways. So what are the ways which will increase population? Baby bonuses, yes. Eliminate C. Free abortion, will it increase population? No, abortion is considered as a sin in many regions, in many religion and all those stuff. So second is wrong. If you eliminate second, then you're getting the answer. That is A, 1, 3 and 4 as stated by Sashmita, Sriparna, Anuj, Anandu, Rishi, Jivan also tried it, Madhumita, Imani, Abhay, Chandru. Very good. So A is the answer. 1, 3 and 4. Pronatalism. Please revise the two editorials which we have discussed. And yes, sir, if you feel like I contributed anything to your knowledge, like, share, subscribe, kill it. See this handsome guy with handsome nose. Such pointy nose. Okay, let's focus. Page 22, Science 2. Oh my God. Science articles are the trickiest. So TB deaths, audits like maternal mortality model can aid elimination. So from science perspective, GS3, yes, it is important. From GS mains paper to health perspective also it is important. There are so many important keywords in this article which we have to keep in mind. And what are those keywords? See, we have one of the highest cases of TB in the world, if not the highest. TB, tuberculosis cases. TB caused by bacteria, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and there is a treatment for it. It can be treated by antibiotics, but then there are some drug-resistant TB as well. There are some variants of TB where you don't have any symptoms. And in our country, generally what happens when you go for TB checkup, etc., they will look for certain symptoms. If you have those symptoms, you have TB. But there are certain TB where you don't show any symptoms. So there is hidden TB cases also. There are hidden TB cases also in India. So that's why this article by Soumya Swaminathan, Maitri Porecha. So again, these people, they are saying that just like in the case of maternal mortality per 1 lakh live births, how many mothers are dying, or like during pregnancy or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy. So something like that. So that is maternal mortality. How many mothers are dying per 1 lakh live birth? We have reduced it. How we reduced it? We started doing auditing, maternal mortality audit. So we used to go to different regions. We used to look into the cases. Why mothers are dying during pregnancy or during abortion, within a certain period of abortion? Why they are dying? Why? And that led to Janani Suraksha Yojana, which was world's largest institutional delivery mechanism, and we reduced our maternal mortality cases. That has reduced. The author is saying that same model has to be replicated when it comes to TB. We need to do TB death audits if you want to keep a tab on the TB number. So hope you are understanding this. Cool. Let's focus on the article now and we'll talk about the other points. Also, India wants to eliminate TB by 2025. Which year we are living in right now? I don't know. Do you think we'll eliminate all TB cases by 2025? This TB case, when you talk about it in general, it comes under SDG 3. Sustainable Development Goals 3. There are 17 goals, 169 target. SDG 3 is related to health, right? So I think SDG 3.3, they talk about this. World wants to eradicate TB by 2030, but we are much better than the world. We want to do it by 2025. I'm the best. Yes, I am the best. So TB death audit recommendation. Soumya Swaminathan, she is saying that there has to be a district level TB death audit, just like we have done in the case of maternal death, and that led to reduction in the maternal death cases. We have to go that way. Otherwise, 2025 will end in 5 months, bro. Just setting target and then deferring target will not do. You have to do something about it. So yeah, emphasis on analyzing each TB death to identify cause and gaps. TB mortality situation. 800 to 900 people die daily from TB in India. See, yet it rarely makes headlines. Do we talk about it? No. We talk about Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, they took retirement. Oh my God, how will I live now? People died in stampede during IPL facilitation ceremony. So sad. TB case fatality rate ranges from 5 to 10%. Some days back, we talked about a particular case where the fatality rate was ranging between 40 to 75%. What was that particular case we were talking about? What was that particular disease? So TB case fatality, not that high, 5 to 10%. You have to follow certain antibiotics, you will be cured. Until unless you are suffering from drug-resistant TB, then the cases are different. You have to be dealt with it in a certain manner. Unlike that case which we have discussed earlier, which was not curable. You were just treating the symptoms. The case was, nobody knows it. TB deaths largely affect the economically productive age group, and that's why it impacts us. This age group, 25 to 55, in which we lie. You people are mostly in the 10 to 19 group, but I lie in this 25 to 55. I just turned 25, for your knowledge. Yeah, age is just a number. I may be lying. So TB deaths largely affect the economically productive age group, and that's why it impacts our GDP and so many other things. It impacts your economic indicator, the indicator of a country. Those RCB fans. Exactly. feel so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad. Lessons from maternal mortality reduction. India reduced maternal mortality rate through institutional delivery. Janani Suraksha Yojana. That is world's largest institutional delivery mechanism. Janani Suraksha Yojana. Earlier, what used to happen? Let's say I am a woman. I'm about to have a kid. And so there will be some girls, women, they will be coming and they will be like, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it inside the house only. That is non-institutional delivery. When I was doing it inside my home only. But when, Asha workers and other people, they came, they started taking me to hospital and there I was giving birth to a kid. Oh my God, that sounds so stupid because I'm not a woman. That is institutional delivery. That started happening at a larger scale via Janani Suraksha Yojana, world's largest institutional delivery mechanism. You have to read about Janani Suraksha Yojana. This is your homework. Good morning, Ranjit. Okay, let's focus here. So, same thing, what we have done in the case of maternal mortality rate reduction, district audits, that has to be replicated when it comes to keeping a tab on TB deaths. Need to access now. Again, some terms, some keywords, just like we have talked about other keywords. There will be some more keywords in this TB related case study. Comorbidities means what? Let's say you are suffering from TB. At the same time, you're also suffering from diabetes, alcoholism. That enhances the chances of your condition worsening. TB in general has 5 to 10% fatality rate. In the previous lectures, nobody has told me this. We talked about a case in Kerala, a scenario which has developed in Kerala. People are dying because of that particular disease. So again, if you have diabetes, and this has been seen a trend in like southern India, people have TB along with diabetes and alcoholism, which enhances the chances of you dying, So yes, yeah. So in northern India, malnutrition and anemia, deficiency of iron, all these things are there. If it is there, along with that you catch TB, the chances of you suffering death or something worse happening to you increases. So this is comorbidity. Along with TB, you also have other cases associated, and that enhances the risk of or the impact of TB. So all these things has to be addressed, and these things have come after we have assessed these regions. So we have to look into consideration, these factors. Okay, let's focus. Global comparison, TB death rate. India 22 per 1 lakh, China 3 per 1 lakh. Around 1960s, 1970s, we and China, we were at almost same level of development in almost many indicators. Now China has gone up so drastically in so many different indicators. See India. Now, not to say, there is a reason for that also. Many people feel like in China, you have something known as communist model, which is very similar to dictatorship model. In India, we have a democratic setup, and in democracy, government changes, policy changes, and that also does not lead to proper development. One government brought one scheme, other government brought another scheme, and that's why many people feel like we should have dictatorship in our country, So do you support that? So what I'm trying to tell you here is nothing is totally good, nothing is totally bad. Democracy is not like, it's awesome in every way. It has its flaws. Even dictatorship is not bad in every way. It has its goodness, again, some good things also associated with it. Nipah virus, very good Mamta and Chandru. TB cases are very high in Southeast Asia, exactly. So India needs to identify systemic gaps, act with urgency and ambition. So now, again, another term. So we have seen comorbidities. We have talked about Janani Suraksha Yojana. Now subclinical TB. What is subclinical TB? Hidden TB. 40-50% of TB cases are subclinical. 100 TB cases, 40-50% TB cases where you are not showing any symptom at all. How will people check it? And in India, we have programs where we are looking for symptoms. If you don't have symptom, they feel like you don't have TB, but you have TB, you're not showing symptoms. So India's national program based on symptom screening, missing many cases, and that has also led to so many TB deaths which went unnoticed. So what we can do to rectify it, we can use AI. People keep on talking about AI. Similarly, there is something called as AI-backed X-ray screening. So all these things can play a crucial role in us diagnosing these subclinical TB cases also. Because, 40-50% cases, bro, it's not like 3-4%. 40-50% cases actually is a big number. So Mumbai use of this tech increased TB notification by 10 to 12%. So we have to learn and we have to implement AI-backed X-ray screening. Direct democracy is really good. I was just giving you an example. I'm not saying democracy or dictatorship. It's for you people to decide, So role of nutrition in TB control. Again, a case study. Like when we're talking about World Population Day, we have seen different projects in Rajasthan and Odisha, how they have done good. Similarly, in Jharkhand, there was a ration trial which was done, and it was seen if you are taking proper nutrition, the chances of, reduction in TB cases, you not having TB, that increases. So again, a good study. This you can use when a question related to TB comes. And again, then they're talking about, you read all these things. Multi-sectoral, community-based approach, community policing. So community is a common word which can be used in any conclusion, be it police reforms, be it TB control. So you can use this community. Okay. Asymptomatic. Very good, Shashmita. Now let's solve MCQ 8 of the day. Consider the following statement regarding TB in India. Chepandis. Chepandis చెప్పు తెలుసు లేదు కాదు. TB. India aims to eliminate TB by 2030 in line with SDG targets. TB is primarily caused by a virus that affects the lungs. Which of the statement are correct? Is or are correct? So Jivayan, who is the sister of Vatsayan, Shriparna, Rishi, Swastika, Mamta, Kirtana, Shashmita, Anuj, Kinera, Palupu, Madhumita, Rajneesh, they have answered it. So India aims to eliminate TB by 2025. That's what we were discussing. World wants to aim it, like end it by 2030 under SDG 3. You have to remember 17 SDGs. I have given you the homework. Paste it on your wall. Look at it like you're looking at Tom Cruise or Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Lopez or Monica Bellucci or any other actor. Oh my God. So India aims to eliminate TB by 2025. We have discussed this. Sriparna was saying that we will not be able to achieve it. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, A gone, C gone. TB is primarily caused not by a virus, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So it's a bacterial disease, not caused by a virus. So second is also wrong. See, this is herd mentality. One people started answering B, everybody answered B. This happens a lot. Don't do that. The answer is D, neither. Like there was, it's a bacterial infection, bro. It's not a viral infection. You people seen the herd mentality here. Okay, so the answer is D, neither. That was funny. Let's solve MCQ 9. Subclinical TB refers to a latent TB infection that cannot be transmitted to others, a form of TB that shows no symptom but still active and transmissible, TB infection limited to skin or bones. So subclinical TB, as somebody was saying, asymptomatic, a form of TB that shows no symptoms but still active and transmissible. So that means B is the answer, as stated by Shashmita, Rajneesh, Jivayan, Anandu, Swastika, Mamta, and Shrishi and Shriparna, Madhubala, and Kineru. So let's focus on the next article. Zonal Council, now engines of cooperation and not just discussion forums. Our minister, like Home Minister, who is also Minister of Cooperation. We have talked about Ministry of Cooperation, cooperatives. That was actually a very important Hindu analysis. Very, very important. So, okay. So now here, this is also very important. Why? Because static and dynamic portion are merging. Zonal council, interstate council. What is the basic difference between zonal council and interstate council? Which is a statutory body, which is a constitutional body. Oh my God. So there are so many things which we have to keep in mind. How many different zonal councils are there? Do we have a zonal council for northeastern India? So again, there are so many things important from exam perspective. When you read zonal council, at the same time, you have to read about interstate council. Parallel study, PM, CM, President, Governor, Parliament, State Legislature, Zonal Council, Interstate Council. So Zonal Council is a statutory body. Statutory body means it has been established by State Reorganization Act. It has been established by an act, statutory body. On the other hand, Interstate Council is a constitutional body established under Article 263. So these are small, choti, magar moti baat hai, small, but very important stuff. So you have Zonal Council, it is to promote cooperative federalism. Different zones will be coming together, like here, Bihar, Jharkhand, they are all sitting together, having litti chokha and talking about how is things going, kahalba, thikba. So that means how are things going in your region. So that promotes cooperative federalism, zonal council. 5 zonal council, and then we have one for northeastern states as well, northeastern council. Interstate, here in zonal council, the head is Home Minister, Amit Shah sir, as you can see here. And in the case of interstate council, the head is Prime Minister. Unlike, again with due respect here, I don't want to die, unlike zonal council, interstate council don't meet enough. That is the problem. I think last time they met in 2016. But the good thing is, zonal councils under Amit Shah sir, they have met a lot. And there are some good things also which has happened. In Jharkhand area, Bihar area, Naxalism has almost been completely wiped out. Bihar, yes, Jharkhand, still we are reaching there, we will be reaching there. Why I'm saying it, because I'm from Bihar. My sister has been married in Bengal. So and from Bhagalpur to Durgapur, Durgapur is in Bengal. We used to go by, we used to travel on our own. We had a car. So we used to go through Naxal affected areas. Earlier, we could not have thought about it. Now the region is very peaceful, relatively peaceful. So that is one of the achievements of zonal council, according to Amit Shah sir. So let's talk about all these things. Then at the end, we'll do a comparative analysis. What happened where? Yes. Yeah, but it is a constitutional body. We'll go there, Anandu, what you are saying. So, Union Home Minister Amit Shah sir has said that zonal councils have evolved from mere discussion forums into engines of cooperation. Again, you can see all these things. And here, Eastern Zonal Council is meeting. There are 5 zonal council, and then you have one more for Northeastern Council. So, that means all in all 6. So here in Eastern Zonal Council, you have Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha and West Bengal. I will show you everything. So Jharkhand CM Hemant Soren, Odisha CM Mohan Charan Manji, all these people are there. They're talking, they're having fun, they're discussing about their personal matter, professional matter, ha ha he hoo hoo hoo. At the same time, they're also talking about important means causes and concerns. So discussion of long pending issues, you can see here, issues related to division of assets, PSUs between Bihar and Jharkhand, these were addressed in these zonal council, decisive steps were taken. So it's good. Like unlike again interstate council, which has not met frequently, maybe PM sir is very busy, so he's not able to meet. But Home Minister sir, he has done a lot. You can see here, from 2014 to 2025, 63 zonal council were held compared to 25 between 2004 and 14. So this is showing that zonal council is working fine. Issues lies with interstate council. We have to. Odisha is still under Naxalism. Yes, somewhat, but as we say, अच्छे दिन आएंगे, good days will come, Shashmita. Central government's commitment. Center is focused on development of states with a renewed. You can read all these things. I'm not reading the jibber jabber. Bihar, Jharkhand, and Odisha have largely become free from Naxalism. So we will become free soon from Naxalism. And now the important part, and then the compare and contrast between zonal council and interstate council. We have already discussed the important part. 5 zonal council, northern, central, eastern. This is the one in news right now. Eastern zonal council, western, southern, and then a separate northeastern council for our northeastern brothers and sisters. Oh my God, under Northeastern Council Act 1971. Now this is the part which is important. That is compare and contrast between interstate council and zonal council. Interstate council, constitutional body headed by PM. Zonal council, statutory body, State Reorganization Act headed by Amit Shah sir, Home Minister as chair. Like there was a movie in our time, Nayak or something, where Anil Kapoor was there. So Amrish Puri sir reminds me of Modi sir, and that there was a friend of Amrish Puri sir. He reminds me of Amit Shah sir, but not like that. They are much better. We are so proud of Modi sir and Amit Shah sir. I'm just saying, when there was a movie, that was a good movie. Nayak just reminded me of something. Let's focus here. So the things which are important from exam perspective, you can see all these things we have discussed. Frequency of meetings, this is what we were discussing. Interstate council chaired by PM sir, Modi sir, and it has not met since 2016. Unlike zonal council, which is meeting frequently, Amit Shah sir is very proactive here. What do you think? Should we change the head of interstate council? Because Modi sir, he has to go to different countries, win different state honors and all those stuff. So maybe he's not getting time for interstate council. In these interstate councils, issues we discussed, let's say water sharing issues and all those issues, that is generally discussed. But that is not happening. Okay. So here, there are different zones. So, cool. Let's solve some questions. MCQ 10, which of the following is our statutory body? Zonal council, interstate council, northeastern council. I still watch Nayak when I get time. Awesome movie. Zonal council, interstate council, northeastern council. Which of the following is our statutory bodies? This is done. Chepandis fast. So Anandu, Jivayan, they've answered it. Statutory body, constitutional body is Interstate Council under Article 263. So second is gone. My love is gone. There was a song also. So we are left with A and B. Third, we have to check. In Northeastern Council, again a part of extension of Zonal Council, you can say that. So 1 and 3. 1 and 3, they are statutory bodies established under State Reorganization Act. B is the answer. Very good. MCQ 11. Very good. So many people answered it. Anandu, Jivayan, Anuj, Rajneesh. Rajneesh Wagmare. I think Wagmare is a Marathi title. Wagmare. In many movies, police officers, they have this title, Wagmare. Madhubala, Swastika, Rishi Kaneru, Himani, Sriparna. Is the body permanent on Interstate Council? It is created under 263. What permanent or temporary, Anandu, when they are not meeting? That's a moot question. That becomes actually a moot question, you know. It's a permanent body, but they don't meet often. In that scenario, it became temporary. The only thing which we have to keep in mind is created under 263, constitutional body headed by PM Sir. That's it. No need of doing like too much PhD on that. 263, Interstate Council. Very good. So, sir and ma'am, if you feel like I added to your knowledge base, like, share, subscribe. Don't make this woman mad. She is one of my best friends. Okay. And I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of these 11 MCQs in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shiv, within 10 minutes. That is by 10:30. That is 17 minutes. But yes, Fun Study with Shiv. If you have not joined my Telegram channel, you can join it. And what else, sir and ma'am? Like today we did 11 MCQs, but today's article was so dense. Oh my god, I was saturated, super saturated. So what is your score out of these 11 MCQs? You can post it. Also, if you're preparing for 26, 27, 28, you're facing any issues, you can join any of the StudyIQ batches. Our 2026 July batch has started from 7th. Admissions are closing on 15th. Currently orientation session etc. going on. So if you want to join, you can join it on or before 15 July 2025. You can use my code SHS Live to get maximum discount. Earlier the course was priced at 9,999. Now as far as I know, the price has increased by 1,000. There are different variants. So one of the variant is now 10,999. 1,000 rupees has increased. Maybe the prices will increase further. So you can, if you feel like you need some guidance, you need some proper notes, some videos or some live classes, you can join it, you know. And if you have watched my earlier Hindu analysis, you know what is the process of joining. If you haven't, let me show you, because this is my work. I get paid for it. So let me just show. So I will go to, we will go to StudyIQ.com. Or you can also go to Google Play Store. You can download StudyIQ app and then follow the same process. Go to StudyIQ.com, go downwards, go to languages, go to English. Oh my god. And then this is for 26. This is the batch we are talking about. Cell is ending on 15 July 2025. If you are preparing for 2027, you are in the process of, you know, clearing your conceptual class, like you're just, oh my god, you're building your base, so to say. Then you can take 27 batch or 28 batch. It's totally up to you. And for 2026, the process is same for all three. You will go to buy now. Before buying anything, as we do with anything else, you will look into the features, all these things, 1,000 hours of classes, all the study material. You don't have to read any other stuff, you know, 75 plus test series, 12 men's test, mains residential program for people who will be clearing 2026 pre. If you clear UPSC 2026 pre, we will initiate full fee refund. See here, oh my god, many people, they say it, we have explicitly written here, full fee refund. Every month we'll have a quiz. If you top that quiz, 11,000 cash prize. I like this feature. I like this MRP feature as well. Mains residential program. And you know, if that actually is awesome, which is going on right now for people who clear 2025 pre. And that will be going on for you people when you clear 2026 pre or 27 or 28 based on like which year you're preparing for. Interview guidance program, we have retired IS officer Anil Swarup sir with us, who will be guiding you in interview, because this is P2I, prelims to interview. This year, more than 120 students, they have cleared UPSC and they have taken our guidance. They were part of our batches in, like, one way or the other. So if you want to be a part of that esteemed group, you can join these batches. If you have any queries, you can call on a particular number. I will show you this particular batch, which is admissions of which are closing on 15th. There are 3 variants of it: diamond, platinum and gold, based on what things you want. Let's say you just want live classes and notes and recorded videos for next 1 year, 6 months. You can take this gold batch. Okay, the price has reduced now. Oh, yesterday it was 10,999. Now it has again become 9,999. Let's say SHS Live. Yes, now we have got back our 9,999 course. So cool, sir. These things changes every day, as we have seen. So this 16,999 became 9,999 after applying my code, that is SHS Live. How you apply my code? Let's say again, let's do the process. What happened here? Okay, so yes, add promo code. If you go here, add promo code and enter coupon code, you will apply SHS Live, which is there in the bottom. If you apply these things, Guru, only for today, India, you will get 6,000 discount for our any faculty, me or Praveen sir or Ankit sir. If you apply our code, you will get 7,000 discount. Add promo code. Where is this? Apply SHS Live. I am so clumsy. SHS Live, apply. So it has become 9,999. Platinum 29,999. If you use this code, 22,999. Diamond 27,999. And then again, obviously, if it's at 9,999, there will be certain things which you will be getting and certain things which you will not be getting based on your preference and choice. Accordingly, you can join any of these 3 variants. Join at the earliest, because you do know prices do fluctuate. Same process will be there for 27 and 28 as well, sir and ma'am. Thik ashe? Okay. So let me see what you people have written. So thank you Anuj, Shashmita, Ocean, Swastika, Sriparna, Mamta. All of you are telling your score. Good, yeah. Madhubala, Jivayan, Priya. I got 1 out. Don't worry, Priya. Just keep on practicing. And, you will get better. The only thing is practice. Even if you get 11 out of 11 correct here, you don't get that correct in the actual exam. It doesn't make any sense, right? So, yeah. Is there raining today your side? It always rains my side. I live in Kerala. No, I don't. My dad says you read very well. Who read very well? What are you people doing among yourself? You have high level energy, sir. Hats off, sir. Thank you, Jivayan. And thank you, Himani. Thank you, everyone. Tata. Take care. Be blessed. I will see you people tomorrow. Bye-bye.